This is Run It Back with RJ Broadhead.
The Tiger Cats won back-to-back games for the second time this season after beating Winnipeg 29-23 on Saturday, improving their record to 6-7 through 13 games. I'm RJ Broadhead. This is Run It Back. There had been so much talk about the lack of offense from the Ticats in the first quarter. Well, they had their best start of the season in this one, scoring 12 points, the most quarter one points they've had this season. That included a touchdown, just their second in the first quarter all year. Taylor Powell spotted Terry Godwin for a 6-yard touchdown. This is Terry Godwin.
Anytime our offense can get out first and get out ahead of the other team, it puts us in great position because usually at the beginning of the season, midway through the season, our offense was kind of starting slow. And for us to come out fast and put up points right away, that's how we know it's going to be a great game and how we know we're going to be able to continue to play Hamilton Tiger Cat football.
It was Powell's 9th touchdown pass of the season. And Terry Godwin, after going 11 games without a touchdown to start his CFL career, he's now scored 3 touchdowns in his last 3 games.
So I've been in the right spot at the right time, and CP's been finding me. So, everything's been clicking the right way. Me personally, I feel like, honestly, I'm having a great season so far, but I know for a fact the way I hold myself, I can do a lot way better than what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I hold myself to a higher standard just personally, and it's like I know for a fact that I can come in here and be like a number one receiver in the whole CFL and just be that dominant player that I can be.
Godwin ended up leading the Tiger Cats with 61 receiving yards and also had the longest passing play of 23 yards. He tied for the team lead with 3 second down receptions. Tim White and Omar Bayless also had 3 catches on second down. The Ticats converted 64% of their second downs. Impressive, especially against Winnipeg. Here's Godwin.
We've just that's what we meet about in the offense, about our second downs and just, down the distance and certain situations. And it's been big. We've been emphasizing on the second down conversion, and Taylor's been emphasizing on that as well. And he's been finding the open guy on those second downs. And, it's been turning out big for us.
There was a unique play in the opening quarter. Sergio Castillo missed a convert, and Tyreek McAllister ran it back 126 yards to the end zone. That earned the Ticats 2 points. Here's Terry Godwin.
As I've been up here, the little time that I have been up here, I've been learning more and more of the rules. And once I noticed, they missed it and he was getting a chance to return it, I knew that it would be 2 points. But me personally, I was just so excited for him to finally get his return and get a touchdown off of it because, all season he's been so close to busting one or either getting close to making a big return, and it's always either one person or something that happens that stops him. And I was just so, excited and filled with joy just for him to get in that end zone finally.
It was a lot of work by McAllister for 2 points, but that was a huge turning point. It was a 3-point swing. Combine that with the field goal Castillo missed in the game, and there's the 6 points the Tiger Cats won by. The Bombers got to within 2 points in the second quarter, but the Tiger Cats kept their lead thanks to James Butler's team-leading 8th touchdown of the season on a 2-yard run. The Tiger Cats had their highest-scoring first half of the season, putting up 22 points and leading by 6 entering the second half. The Tiger Cats' defense was able to shut the Blue Bombers out in the third quarter. Winnipeg had 7 possessions in the second half. Here's what the Tiger Cats' defense did. They started by forcing the Bombers to punt. Then, an interception by Malik Carney, his first of the season. That was followed by an interception by Stavros Katsantonis, his team leading 4th of the season and 3rd in his last 3 games. Then they forced Winnipeg into another punt. That was followed by another interception. This time, Kenneth George Jr. got it, his second pick this season. The Bombers then got a touchdown. That came after Powell was sacked. He fumbled. Winnipeg recovered near midfield, so the defense had to defend a short field. But then finally, on the Bombers' last possession, the D got the turnover on downs, and Winnipeg never got the ball back again. So that's 4 takeaways by the defense in the second half on 7 Winnipeg possessions. Stavros Katsantonis again was strong. He had 6 tackles and an interception for the third straight game. He also had the knockdown to get the takeaway on downs late in the game. Take a listen to his stats from his last 3 games. Katsantonis has 18 tackles in those 3 games, 3 interceptions, a fumble recovery, a quarterback sack, and a knockdown. Simone Lawrence had a big game too, leading the Tiger Cats with 8 tackles. In Simone's last 2 games, he has 16 tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, and 2 knockdowns. Those 2 are red hot on defense. Taylor Powell continued his strong play on offense. He went 20 for 26, completing 77% of his passes for 236 yards, his 9th touchdown pass of the season, and that, of course, was to Terry Godwin. Powell has won his last 2 starts and 3 of his last 4. Of his 3 wins, 2 have come on the road against BC and Ottawa, and now this one against Winnipeg. Taylor is proving at 24 years old he's a bona fide starting quarterback in the CFL. Powell stays very focused and takes all his success in stride. In other words, he won't brag about his play, so here's Terry Godwin to do that.
Taylor, he's a great guy, first off, and as a QB, I couldn't ask for a better one. He comes in with the energy, and he comes in explaining everything, and he's just going to bring that extra juice that you need in that huddle. And just seeing him get out there and grow over the season or the games that he's played, it's like day and night. The first couple of games he comes out there, yeah, he makes some rookie mistakes, but as you see later in the season that he's grown and had some time to, study or whatnot, he's making plays that some of the veteran quarterbacks are making or some of the reads that they're making. And like I said, I just couldn't be more proud of him.
The Tiger Cats had 3 touchdowns for the 3rd straight game. They're averaging 28.5 points over their last 4 games. That includes 3 wins. This is what Terry Godwin had to say.
Guys are just doing their roles and playing their roles to the best of their abilities. And we figured out, even though it was late in the season, but once we all did everything that we were supposed to do and just play your role to the best of your knowledge or the best of your perfection, then no one can touch us, because once everybody plays their role, we all come together. And nobody can beat us once we're all together.
And they're now tied for 2nd in the East Division. They will try for 3 wins in a row for the first time this season when they visit Toronto on Saturday. Toronto delivered the Ticats their only loss in their last 4 games. So this is a big one as the Ticats continue to chase a home playoff game. Keep listening to the Ticats Audio Network this week for all the latest news heading into Saturday's game.
This has been Run It Back with RJ Broadhead. If you like what you're hearing, give us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your audio content.